What's going on, everyone? So the trade deadline is officially over, and we got to give Rob his flowers. Obviously, I would have loved to if they could have made a last-minute move. Got off of Maxi Kleba, but it's hard, right? How many teams are willing to take on? If he was an expiring contract, I definitely think the Lakers would have been able to move off of him, but he has another year at 11 million, so it's tough. And Lakers don't have any more firsts. They have They have two pick swaps still, a second, but they don't have like the assets that it would take to unload his contract. I really wish they would have gotten under the first apron, but hey, can't complain, right? Beggars can't be choosers, right? Like, we wanted to trade, we got we got some trades, that's for sure. Rob Pelinka really did his thing. Rob Pelinka really, I was very impressed with how everything was really a silent move, right? I mean, you look at kind of the trades with Dorian Finney-Smith, looked like he was going to the Grizzlies. All of a sudden, boom, Lakers land him, right? And then Luka came out of complete left field. And then, to go and pick up Mark Williams, 12 hours or whatever it was before the trade deadline was just a massive haul, massive trade. And now we got the new look Lakers, right? Lakers still have another move to make. They have an open roster spot, so they're definitely going to fill that open roster spot with some type of buyout candidate. Now, keep in mind, because the Lakers didn't get under the first apron, this means that the Lakers won't be able to sign anybody making more than $12.8 million off of a buyout. But that's fine, right? You have kind of your top 7-8 guys. You're just looking for probably like a vet or somebody with some experience to come in, maybe some 3-and-D shooting, to kind of supplement what you need to supplement for this roster. But I mean, to completely revamp the roster in the way that they did, you also got, right, I said, Markieff Morris, Maxi Kleba, which if Maxi Kleba can get healthy, right, he's expected to be reevaluated in 8 weeks, which take you to basically April. Now, 8 weeks being reevaluated doesn't necessarily mean that he'll actually be back in 8 weeks. But if he can get right and get healthy and get back by, the a month before the playoffs or so, and then same thing with Christian Wood, right? That gives you 2 more pieces that could potentially be rotation guys for you. That could, even just in spot minutes could really help. And then obviously Shake Milton gives you another piece. So this was a great season for them, right? And now it's just about building chemistry. It's about building that camaraderie. LeBron and Luka figuring it out, how to make it work. Obviously you're talking about 2 of the highest IQ guys in the league. So I believe in them. I believe that they'll figure it out. And, as far as like the Lakers, are they a contender? I think that they have an absolute real shot. I think it comes down to just the effort, right? Like, look, any team with Luka's done more with less. LeBron James is by far the greatest player Luka's ever played with and likely will ever play with, even at age 40 in year 22, right? So Lakers definitely are a team and a force. It's just, how well do LeBron and Luka play off of each other? How well does the chemistry and stuff come together? Right? There's some genuine questions. But I'm really excited for this team. You got that center that you needed. You got that, just big physical interior presence that's going to play off very well alongside Luka and Reeves and LeBron, and just like the pick and roll and just having that lob threat. So really excited to see his production. Obviously, Dorian Finney-Smith and Jared Vanderbilt become so valuable for this team because they're your 2 primary wing defenders, right? And guys that can switch essentially 1 through 5 on many occasions. So you're really leaning heavily into these guys to just be your main defensive helpers. Gabe Vincent, which I don't mind. I've even talked about, like, I wouldn't hate keeping Gabe Vincent. Obviously, we don't need his ball handling. We don't need him as, like, the playmaker or point guard. We need him kind of as, like, that 3-and-D guard, right? That's what we're looking for him to be. Slot in, come in, and then just be able to knock down the open 3 like he has been. He's been excellent recently. And then also, get after it on the defensive side. Really boils down to the effort, right? Like the Lakers, if they can put together the efforts we saw against like the Knicks, the Clippers, the Celtics, then yes, this team can absolutely be a contender and compete and beat anybody. So I'm really excited to see how this Lakers team shapes up. I think that this team is going to be tough, right? You got the pieces that you needed, right? Luka's definitely going to help with the offense. Mark Williams gives you a double-double guy. I think he's going to be fantastic. He's going to thrive heavily playing alongside Luka and LeBron. And again, I would have liked to go get another center right? Ideally, if we could have landed, a Day'Ron Sharp or something like that, that would have been great. Could we bring one in off of a buyout or something, or bring in like a Trey Jemison or something? Sure, but I think we need I think Lakers will probably just stick with Mark Williams and then have Jackson Hayes as the primary backup. Once Wood and Kleba get back, then that's two guys that give you just different looks than what Williams and Hayes gives you. So they'll probably stick with that. They'll probably get somebody for out on the perimeter, like a Torrey Craig, something along those lines. But it would have been nice. But again, Baker's kept choosers, right? We got plenty. we had a very good turnover, and you still have assets for the offseason and then the trade deadline next year, right? You still got pick swaps, you still got seconds. So there's still, if you win the championship this year, you can still, in free agency, make little minor moves and upgrades to kind of trim around the edges, kind of fill some holes that maybe you had throughout your playoff run. If you don't, then Lakers are probably close. So you can get that piece or two. And then not just that, but you have guys like Gabe Vincent, Rui Hachimura. Like these guys are all free agent or would be on the final year of their deal going into the following year being free agent. So you got expiring contracts, which are very valuable. We've seen even at this trade deadline, right? So many teams just valuing expiring contracts and stuff that you can move. So I thought this was a really good trade deadline. Obviously, Luka was a big grand prize. You got Luka and LeBron. If those two figure it out, good luck. Talking about two of the best playoff performers in history. Not just like right now, currently. I'm talking about all time. Luka's like, the second highest point average in the playoffs behind like Michael Jordan or something like that, right? Like the dude's, what he's going to bring in the playoffs, right? It's just about, at this point, just staying healthy, keeping guys engaged, figuring out the chemistry, and getting to where we need to get. But I'm very excited about this. Lakers are going to be in really good shape. So, stay tuned. Still a lot to talk about, a lot to go over, breaking down players, all that stuff, see what other moves the Lakers make as far as the buyout market goes. But what'd you think? How'd you feel? What did you think of this trade deadline? What did you think of the Lakers landing Luka, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Mark Williams, plus, the other guys that we landed? But those are the three, And then final thought is, do you think this team is a contender? Do you think this team has a real shot now? Do you think this team is good enough to contend with anybody? I definitely think they could beat anybody. I don't think there's any, juggernaut in the Western Conference, but this is definitely, obviously you have work to do, right? Got a lot of work to do. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Let me know down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.